Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of really interesting bodybuilding updates to talk about, but before we actually get to the updates, we're gonna talk about something very interesting. Or should I say about one very interesting bodybuilder? Guess who? That's right, it's Urs Kalecinski. So I already talked about Urs Kalecinski and his progress, his transformation from classic physique to open bodybuilding, and there are a couple of major things that changed about his physique, and the biggest one was the size of his freaking arms. And if you guys watch my videos, you know that my assumption was that the reason why his arms got so much bigger was because he used SEO. Did he use SEO or not? We'll talk about that in a second, but today I actually found something very interesting, an explanation by Stefan Kinsel. You may have seen this. I didn't get around to watch this podcast until now, but today I saw what Stefan actually had to say about this, and his explanation about Urs growing his arms is, kinda logical, not exactly completely, but to a point it makes sense. Let me play this for you guys, check it out.
And you can see the drawn out muscle, like you can see where he went past where he should have gone.
The fucking arms always disappeared. We joked yesterday and said, yeah, that last 7 kilograms were all on the arms.
All arms, yeah.
Alright, so basically what Stefan is saying is that whenever he was cutting the weight for classic physique, he would lose a lot of size in the arms. And yes, that happens. Sometimes people lose a single body part more than the others. It happened to me as well with the arms. I definitely noticed that. So that's a thing, for sure. Some guys lose their legs first, some guys lose their fullness in the chest or in the delts or the back, whatever. In Urs's case, apparently it is the arms. And I've seen this comment in my videos, people saying that that's why his arms got so much bigger, now that he didn't have to suffer too much and actually lose the weight, the muscle everywhere. But, guys, take a look at this. Just look at the size of his freaking arms, the fullness in them. I mean, yeah, I know, I get it. You have a body part that you lose first when you're dieting down. It's usually your weakest body part, the one you struggle the most with, the one where you actually put on the muscle last. But, for the arms to look this much bigger, just because you didn't diet down all the way to make the weight for a category, I mean, come on, I don't know about these guys, I don't know. I mean, Stefan also says that every time they noticed that the arms have shrunk a little bit, Urs would have a high carb day. Is that really all there is to this? I don't know, guys. I mean, Urs is also kind of mentored by Markus Rühl. And if Markus Rühl did not abuse the SEO like a maniac, then nobody did. So I think he learned a few tricks from Markus, and I think he implemented those tricks, and he made his physique look so much more impressive. I mean, look at that bicep especially, his left one. It looks so swollen. Yeah, sure, his arms were bigger in the off-season and then he would lose them as he was prepping, but I don't think they were this massive even in the off-season. But again, it doesn't really matter how he got to this point. What is important is that he looks amazing, he looks crazy. Whatever he did, whether it was just high carb days on arm day or something else, it doesn't matter. This looks crazy for sure. He can probably try that high carb day for his chest as well and his back now, maybe for his shoulders and his legs too, so everything will grow. In any case, today we also got something interesting from Urs on his story. He posted his routine for his pull day. And as you can see, he's starting his pull days with biceps. He starts his training with 2 bicep exercises and then he switches to the back workout. Which, again, yeah, it's kind of proving the point that he's focused on his arm training, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to me because it's not like he has a great back and he can afford to do this, to sacrifice his back workout because of his biceps. He's also lacking the back, probably even more so than his arms. So I don't know why he's doing this. Maybe it's kind of not affecting his back workout at all. I mean, he does 2 bicep exercises and then he does pullovers. Then he's kind of resting the biceps and then he goes into rowing and pulling movements. So maybe it's good. Maybe it works for him. I don't like it personally. I tried it at one point, it didn't work well for me. I want to be fresh for my back workout because back is more important of a muscle than the arms, and in his case, it most certainly is, but he's doing it that way. You guys tell me whatever you think about that down below in the comment section. Now, here's another very interesting thing about Urs Kalecinski. So somebody made this very interesting comparison right here, him versus Jay Cutler. And honestly, when I saw Urs on that stage, he kind of did remind me the most of Jay Cutler, with his fullness in the shoulders and in the arms as well, and also the shape of the arms, of the biceps especially. Of course, Jay is a lot bigger, but this definitely did look very similar, and also they're hitting the pose in a very similar way. Here's another one. Do you guys think this is a coincidence? Is he hitting these poses this way accidentally? And it ends up looking exactly the way some of the most popular bodybuilders in the history were hitting these poses? No. Actually, Stefan kind of talked about this. Basically, that Urs tried to emulate Dorian's poses. This was not accidental. Urs actually did these poses this way because he wanted to look kind of like Dorian Yates, especially for this one. And also for the front double. I don't know if he copied Dorian's hairstyle as well, but the way he was hitting the poses is exactly the way Dorian was doing that. And Stefan did not talk about Urs doing the poses the way Jay was doing them, but he was obviously doing that as well because it looks exactly the same. And no, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Urs ripped off Dorian and Jay. No, it's really freaking cool that he did this. He kind of paid homage to those two guys. And there is probably some other guys, he probably did some other poses the way some other bodybuilders did, and that's also really cool because we don't know. Maybe we can try and figure out which other bodybuilders he tried to emulate, because this is kind of making this thing even more mysterious, more cool. What Urs did with his poses is really freaking amazing. He switches to open bodybuilding and he does the poses the way the best bodybuilders of all time did them. And he looks amazing in those variations. Really freaking cool. This is really amazing that Urs actually switched to the open bodybuilding. He's really making things very much exciting, and I can't wait to see him at Mr. Olympia and to see how well will he actually do. I think he's going to probably surprise most of us the way he did in these past two shows. Alright, now let's move on to the next physique update that we got for today, and it is from Rubiel Mosquera Neckzilla. Here is what he looks like at 4 weeks out of the Mr. Olympia. Now, you may have seen that video of Chris Cormier saying that Neckzilla can win the Mr. Olympia. Do I see that? Personally, no. Not a chance. I mean, who knows? Maybe like at some point in the future. No. I don't see that happening ever. But we can talk about what Neckzilla can do at a Mr. Olympia. And I don't want to talk too much about Urs Kalecinski, even though he is the hot topic these days, but I am curious what this comparison could look like. Because these two guys are kind of similar level, you know, based on what people have in their predictions. A lot of people have Neckzilla in their top 10. Some have him higher, but I don't think that's realistic. I think top 10 can be reasonable if he brings good conditioning. And then also people have Urs in that top 10 as well. I think that's also pretty realistic. Some people have him maybe like higher, maybe 9th, maybe 8th. Maybe that's a possibility as well. But this would make a really interesting comparison, Neckzilla versus Urs Kalecinski. Who would actually win this? Urs with his phenomenal aesthetics and crazy shape and perfect presentation and great conditioning, or Neckzilla with a whole bunch of more muscle? I mean, I don't know, that would definitely be a very interesting video, but as you can see right here, Neckzilla right now, I mean, he's in okay shape. I would say he looks fine. In 4 weeks from now, he can be in pretty decent condition. Do I think he's going to deliver something that we haven't seen so far, or that he's going to be improved compared to those two shows he won this year? I mean, maybe a little bit, but probably not a lot. He's not going to bring something completely different, something insane. 4 weeks is not enough time to make some serious changes to this physique, and this is not exactly stage ready. He can probably be stage ready and be ready for his own standards in a couple of weeks from now, but like to bring something crazy, you know, let's say Urs Kalecinski level of conditioning or graininess, that's not going to happen. Not just because he doesn't have enough time to diet, but because I don't think his physique is that way. It's very bubbly, it's super massive, the muscle is insanely thick, but I don't think he has the separation, the quality, the graininess that some of the other guys just have genetically. But hey, he has the size, and right here his shape actually looks pretty nice. Like the waist looks pretty small. I guess he'll learn how to suck that stomach in a little bit. It's not a vacuum, but it's an attempt. I would like to see Nick Walker do something like this. So this is looking good as far as the shape in this pose. So I would say that he made this pose look better. I mean, we'll see what it's going to look like on stage, but here it definitely does look improved. Like the lats are popping out, the waist looks small. It's actually a pretty good X frame, pretty good V taper. And the legs, also the way he's posing now right here, it's actually looking better. I don't know how much work is he putting in the posing and how much is he actually working with Chris Cormier. But yeah, things are definitely looking improved. Again, I don't see him placing like in the top 6, and I don't think he's going to be super shredded and detailed and all that. But if he changes his posing a little, if he tweaks his physique by doing the posing better, if his presentation overall is improved, he can probably place higher than you would expect he would. And again, this front double bicep right here definitely looks better. I can definitely see an improvement here. We'll see how much will this actually be improved on the Mr. Olympia stage in 4 weeks from now, and I'm curious to see what Neckzilla looks like compared to the other top pros. That's going to be very interesting as well. Whatever you guys think, tell me down below. Alright, and the final thing we got for today is an update from Hadi Japan. As he says in the caption of this video right here, 24 days out, and Hadi is trying his best. He's working his hardest, he's getting more conditioned each day, he's getting freakier, and his legs are looking phenomenal. You'll see a video in a moment, but I don't know if you guys watched my video or Hani Rambet's podcast, but Hadi does not have the visa yet, and it is incredibly stressful, as Hani Rambet says, so they don't know if Hadi will even be able to get to the US and compete. So it's not clear, it's not done. Some people are saying he'll get there, it's not an issue. No, guys, we don't know if he'll be able to get there. It's tricky, it's really tricky, and honestly, I don't expect him to get there. Considering the whole situation right now in the world, it's probably not happening. And as far as Behruz Tabani, that's pretty much most certainly not happening. So it seems like we're gonna have a guy that can win the Mr. Olympia, not do the show, and also another guy who can probably be like top 5, top 6, Behruz, also not be able to do the show. It's bad, it sucks, but it is what it is. Let's take a look at that update. It looks good, man. It looks good, especially after people saying that he's losing the legs, myself included. I also thought that he might actually lose the fullness and the size in the legs. Yeah, that right leg is smaller than the left one, but that was always the case. So no, this guy is bringing it. Like, he has the size, he has the conditioning, he is going to be really, really impressive. And if he gets to the Mr. Olympia, for sure he can win the show. Again, for sure he can. I'm not saying I would bet on him necessarily, but he can do it for sure. Look at him. Look at him. At 4 weeks out, he's dry, shredded, and also big and full. So yeah, he has all it takes, and he's continuing to prep, but we don't know. He doesn't know. His coach doesn't know. Nobody knows if he'll get to the US, and that just sucks, man. Whatever happens, happens. Whether Hadi gets to the US or he doesn't, it's going to be an awesome show. Either way, we're going to have a fight for sure. Like, those 3 guys are going to battle hard. Samson, Nick, and Derek. Maybe somebody else enters that mix. We'll see. Whatever you guys think, tell me down below in the comment section. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe, guys, to this channel if you want to see more bodybuilding content like this. If you want to support me and this channel, buy Blackstone Lab supplements and use code IVAN for a 15% discount. And also, guys, if you need coaching, one-on-one online coaching, DM me at Instagram, Ivan Bodybuilding Coaching. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you soon. All the best, and bye-bye.